to the Waverly Hills TikTok reaction for the surprise. Well, y'all probably already know that we'll be going there on May 19th. So I want to do the little TikTok video and show y'all before we go there. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments what y'all thought about this and which one is your favorite. Now let's get on with it. I got my iced coffee right here.
It was created in 1883 by Major Thomas H. Hayes. He built it as a personal home, but it was far away from any schools, so he just started a school right there for his child to go to school. It was the teacher that he hired that really enjoyed the Waverly novels, and that's how it's got its name, Waverly Hills. In the early 1900s, the White Death, or the outbreak of tuberculosis, hit Kentucky really hard. Which there is currently an outbreak of tuberculosis in Kansas, and that's scary and a whole different story. But there is no cure for tuberculosis, and doctors were trying to find a cure, but this would often come with barbaric experiments, I guess. But Waverly Hills kept its name even when it became a sanatorium for tuberculosis patients. The many patients came to Waverly Hills, and there they were doing experiments to figure or trying to find a cure for tuberculosis, and some of these would be really barbaric. Fresh air was often considered to be a cure for tuberculosis, so you would see these pictures of patients being outside, some of them even covered in snow. That sounds like absolute torture to me because I hate snow, but
it does.
Like they would do surgeries to take out ribs and muscles around the ribs to allow the lungs more air to inhale oxygen. They would also insert balloons to the lungs to help them fill up with air. It was just super barbaric, and a lot of people did not survive these surgeries. Doctors also thought that mental health was a huge part in getting better from tuberculosis. So when someone would die, they would secretly take them to this rail car that would take the bodies directly to the highway to be disposed of. It's not known exactly how many people passed away from not only just the disease tuberculosis, but also from these experimental things they were doing. Waverly Hills has gone through a lot and has even been minimum security prison at one point, but now many people think that this place is extremely haunted, if not one of the most haunted places in the United States. Allegedly, it is haunted by a nurse who took her own life probably because of some of the things that she saw at the Waverly Sanatorium, but also a little boy named Tim. I read more stories about Tim, but apparently he's a little child who likes to play with balls. He'll scoop them across the floor and
I will explain more after this one get done.
Also hear disembodied voices, doors opening and closing, slamming on their own. And people often see white figures just kind of floating around. Here is one picture. I kind of can see something there, but then at the same time I'm like, it's probably just a trick of light. But what are your thoughts on this? Do you think it's one of the most haunted places in the United States?
Yes, it may be one of the most haunted places in the United States, but the room 502 where the nurse took her life might be because of the thing she saw, but it was also she was carrying a daughter baby, and some says she didn't do it. Some says she got to herself. Someone did to herself. And I never knew it was a haunted prison. I don't know if that is true or that is a myth legend. But if it is, that's kind of cool to know. And how it was a home / a school before it was a hospital. Never knew that. They never explained that during the tours. So that might be true, that might not be true.
The Creeper Ghost is the scariest ghost by far at Waverly Hills Cemetery. Tuberculosis, also known as the White Plague, was running wild in Kentucky, so it made them at Waverly Hills opened its doors and started doing things like
be so creepy to see. Ooh.
Sense of dread before they see it. It likes to sneak up on you. It'll even brush up against your legs. If you're in here and you start feeling like, woe is me, look up because chances are you'll see it. Joseph, just give me your watching this.
Oh God, I see it.
Sent me this photo and it was taken
Oh my.
photo too. And you see this right here. I've circled it. It seems like it's crawling out around the corner. I've brightened it up a little bit, but there it is. Also have one of it on the ceiling.
Welcome to the infamous body shoot at the Waverly Hills Sanatorium. Originally built to bring up supplies, this tunnel was constructed at a little over 500 feet long. Mechanical conveyor belt was ran up and down the body chute every day, all day. However, during the height of the epidemic, it was said that the building was losing a patient an hour, thus being born the body chute. This was a way to keep morale up inside of the building so they did not have to see the deceased being wheeled out into hearses coming up the hill. With gurneys being attached to the conveyor belt, the nurse or an aide would walk these gurneys down and up all day long. With the Waverly Hills Sanatorium being one of the most haunted locations in the U.S., this 153-step body chute pours with activity. Remember, this is private property.
150
Make sure to go
steps?
to realwaverlyhills.com in order to book a tour or an overnight. With that being said, enjoy the rest of the walk.
I'm stopping at 108 because it's going down and down. For the video, but I do got a story about this. When I was a teenager, me, my mom, and dad took the ghostly tour. Where they talk about the ghosts, the haunting. And when we got to the tunnel, my mom, let's call her Mama Sprinkles. Mama Sprinkles started not feeling the greatest. Kind of like the ghosts just wanted to keep her there because at the time she was a nurse. So like they knew she was a nurse and wanted to keep her there so they can take care of her and take care of her. And this happened in the body suit, the death tunnel. So that is creepy right there. And when I went there, I really didn't. When I went with Dylan, I didn't like it, to be honest. Like, yes, there was light and all, but it felt like so cramped to me in there. Plus spiders were on the wall. But if you want me to be in the death tunnel on May 19th, get the video to 20 likes, and I will.
We are in front of room 502. This is purportedly one of the most haunted rooms in the building. They believe that the nurse who worked here, this was a nurse's station,
Whoa.
herself right outside of this room.
It's crazy.
We were told that 3 nurses from this ward did die while working here. All of their deaths were written down as tuberculosis related. However, we believe that was possibly just a way to get through paperwork.
Because we know at least one of those was, though she did have tuberculosis, we do know her actual cause of death was.
Another thing that
Yes.
that probably behind the
a personal
building.
account that was what had happened. Yeah.
So
we're going to do some essence methods. We already went out. Yeah,
Right.
we're standing right there. Yeah.
right here. This was a different light fixture back when the actual incident happened. It would have been kind of like a dome sort of light.
One of those hanging industrial lights.
And supposedly what had happened was the employees that found her came right out of this elevator shaft, and she was dangling. I can't hear you if you're saying with Danielle. Going the other way? Oh my god. It just flew right past me. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah, Dylan is afraid. Dylan and I'm afraid of bats. So it could be a little fun. It did happen to us.
This photo may shed new light on one of the most enduring paranormal mysteries of all time. The photo was taken at the infamous Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville, Kentucky in 2006 by a member of the Missouri Paranormal Research Team. The team was visiting the abandoned facility on an overnight research mission when the photo was taken. Since the photo emerged, there has been speculation that it captures the spirit of a young woman named Mary, who is said to haunt the ruins of the old medical facility. There is no firm agreement on who Mary was. She may have been a patient who didn't survive her time in the sanatorium, or she may have been a nurse who met her end while caring for patients. Still other stories suggest that she was the daughter of a doctor who fell ill while visiting her father at work. Whoever she was in life, the photo suggests that she continues to roam the abandoned halls instead of entering the realm.
So with this, Mary, she was what I have heard and watched some videos of Beverly Hills of others investigating that she was a patient. Her sister was like in the next room. That's what I have heard. And Mary passed away while her sister got better and got to leave the hospital or sanitarium.
There, stay the night in an abandoned, haunted hospital.
Yes.
This is Waverly Hills Sanatorium, an abandoned tuberculosis hospital that was built in the 1900s. This structure is located in Louisville, Kentucky, and was designed to accommodate about 50 tuberculosis patients at the time. At this time, tuberculosis, or the white plague, was a really serious disease. People who were affected with it were isolated from the general public so that they could have a peaceful and serene atmosphere to recover in. Tuberculosis was so contagious and in epidemic proportions, so those living with it could not be allowed to live with the general population. It wasn't known at the time that tuberculosis was actually an airborne disease. Waverly Hills was a self-contained community, and everybody who went there, including the nurses and the doctors, employees, they basically had to say goodbye to the outside world. Once you went to Waverly Hills, you were a permanent resident on the hill. By 1926, they had finished adding on to this hospital and made it to where they could accommodate at least 400 patients at any given time. Approximately 123,000 people are said to have died here before a cure for tuberculosis was eventually found. Before that, patients were undergoing archaic treatments like extreme weather exposure and even surgeries that would temporarily collapse their lungs. It's no surprise that people suggest this is one of the most haunted buildings in the United States. Paranormal activity enthusiasts from all over the world travel here to experience it. One of the most common sightings is a nurse who had hung herself on the 4th floor whenever this was operating, and she still roams the hallways today. There were also plenty of children who were residents here, and it is said that their spirits will still play ball with you. We ended the tour towards the reception and intake area, and this is where families would come and visit and also get checked in. And then at the very end, they took us to the infamous body chute. This is a long, dark hallway where they used to transport all the bodies out of the hospital. It was pretty spooky. And then our tour guide actually brought out a device and was asking the spirits questions, and I'll just let you listen to what the noises that were coming back sounded like here. pretty much the end of our 2-hour paranormal tour.
Shadow figure caught at Waverly Hills Sanatorium.
Oh, I see it. Y'all,
Shadow.
I'm not skeptic or at all. Y'all know that, but with that, I'm gonna say that it's 50-50. Might happen. The ghost or someone else, but you never know. I hope y'all enjoyed it video. Let me know if y'all really excited to see us go to Waverly Hills, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.